Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and this is my fourth video this evening bringing you news about Apple's new iPad tablet device. Now this is going to be my last video for this evening, but please do check back on my channel that's at youtube.com/geekanoids tomorrow for yet more coverage and more details about the Apple iPad. So just a brief rundown on what Apple have announced. This new tablet device with a 9.7-inch screen looks like a big iPod, but it offers up a lot more than we expected. We've got Safari, Mail, Photos with a new sort of iPhoto application developed specifically for the iPad. We've also got video, and that includes HD movies and TV shows on the wonderfully colourful IPS screen. We've got YouTube, and because of the high-res screen you can run YouTube HD videos. It also works as a big iPod as well. We've got an iTunes app on there, and also we've got full access to the current App Store. All of the iPhone apps that are currently available will scale up to work beautifully on the iPad. There is also going to be another category of apps as well, which are going to be designed specifically with the iPad in mind. We've also got a new iBooks app, so we are going to be able to purchase electronic books. Lovely colourful screen displaying full colour covers and obviously full colour content as well where appropriate. We've got a Maps app, a Notes app, calendar, contacts, spotlight search, and a wonderful home screen, much similar to the current iPhone and iPod Touch. Whilst we're on the subject of apps, there was also a version of iWork announced, so Pages, Keynote and Numbers are all going to be available on the iPad. Now the design of this new device is absolutely fantastic. We've got a brushed metal finish to the back, wonderful screen on the front. It's a 9.7-inch LED backlit IPS display, very wide viewing angle, quoted at 178 degrees. It supports multi-touch, it's very thin. Now the screen's 9.7 inches, but the thickness of the device is just 0.5 inches and it weighs in at just 1.5 pounds. 10 hours of battery life, and then there's going to be two versions available. You can get one with just wireless in it, so one with just Wi-Fi connectivity, so you can use it around the home, or when you've got a free Wi-Fi hotspot and you're out and about, then you can connect up to that. There's also going to be a second version available, which is going to have both Wi-Fi and 3G connectivity. So there's going to be a tiny little SIM card in the device. In America, at&t have taken up the service contract on it, so you're going to be able to get fast data speeds whilst you're out and about. Performance of the device, again, Apple have designed their own chip. It's a 1 GHz A4 chip, and there are going to be three different versions available for different storage capacities: a 16 gig, a 32 gig and a 64 gigabyte version. Connectivity, as well as obviously the Wi-Fi and the 3G. If you want to synchronize the device, there's the same 30-pin dock connector that's on the current iPods and the iPhone. Audio, there's a built-in speaker, but also a headphone jack as well. And there's also going to be a range of accessories for the iPad. There's going to be a keyboard that you can connect up to the device. There's going to be a little docking station, so you can actually dock the iPad in the device and then use it like a little mini computer. And then there's also going to be some sort of leather or leather look case for it, which actually acts as a flip stand, so when it's in open mode you can actually stand it up at a nice viewing angle. So let's just run down on the real tech specs for you on the Apple iPad. The height is 9.56 inches or 242 millimeters, width 7.47 inches, 189 millimeters, thickness, as I mentioned before, 0.5 inches, which is 13.4 millimeters, and the weight just 1.5 pounds. If you opt for the 3G model, it goes up to 1.6 pounds, so hardly any difference there. The display, 9.7 inches, resolution is 1024 by 768, so it's capable of displaying natively 720p video. 132 pixels per inch, so reasonable pixel density on there. It's fingerprint resistant oleophobic coating like on the iPhone, and the support for display of multiple languages and characters simultaneously. Now the only thing that hasn't been mentioned yet is whether this will be able to run background applications. I'm hoping that Apple will make that more clear in the very near future. Connectivity, Wi-Fi and 3G, or just Wi-Fi, also USB via that 30-pin dot connector. Capacities 16 gig, 32 gig or 64 gigabytes. 1 gigahertz processor in it, designed by Apple. There's an accelerometer, ambient light sensor, good audio support, TV and video support for up to 576p via an AV cable. So that's interesting. There's going to be some sort of AV capability for outputting video. H.264 video up to 720p 30 frames per second. Mail app on there with attachment support, multiple languages, battery power 25 watt hour rechargeable lithium ion battery, which will give you 10 hours of surfing on the web, watching video or listening to music, and up to a month of standby time. Input and output connectors, you've got that dot connector, 3.5mm headphone jack, built-in speaker, microphone as well, and it's just become apparent that there is a SIM card tray, so that SIM card isn't actually embedded into the device, so you can gain access to the SIM card like you can on the iPhone. So if you wanted to buy the SIM-free version and not sign up to a contract with AT&T and you've got your own provider, then you could do that too. It will work with a Mac or Windows, and availability, this is a bit of disappointment really for UK users. There's been no announcement about availability in the UK, but in America you're going to have to wait 60 days, so you're looking at end of March for the Wi-Fi version, and 90 days, so end of April for the Wi-Fi plus 3G version. 16 gigabytes is going to cost you $499, $599 or $699 for a 16 gig, 32 gig or 64 gigabyte version with just Wi-Fi. If you want the Wi-Fi plus 3G version, then it's an extra $130 on top of that. So for a 16 gig top of the range iPad, it's going to cost you $629, 32 gig $729, 64 gig $829, and as I say, you're looking at about a 60 to 90 day wait before you can purchase the iPad, and by then there'll be a lot of apps in place, a lot more details that I can bring you. But for now, that's it from me. Please do check back on the Geeky Noise channel tomorrow for yet more details as they become available on Apple's new iPad announcement.